Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to create letter portrait design in Photoshop. And also, we will dive deeper into using gradient tool as our background, using type tool, masking, and using blending options. So let's get started. So here in our document, I prepare here a perfect portrait image for our letter portrait design. So the first step we're going to do here is that we're going to extend the ratio with the use of crop tool. So let's go to the toolbar and find the crop tool. It shows this icon, or you can just press C for the shortcut key. Then we may be able to adjust this one. So let's just extend this one. All right, something like that, and like this. All right, hit enter. Now the next step we're going to do here is that we're going to create a selection on the subject. So to do that, going on to the layers panel, make sure that you're selected on the background layer, then go to the toolbar and get a selection tool. All right, I'm going to use this lasso tool. Then after that, let's go to the contextual taskbar and then select subject. Now we already have a selection instantly. Now after that, I'm going to extract this subject by pressing Ctrl plus J. Now looking on the layers panel, we already extract the subject. Moving on to the next part, we're going to hide this layer temporarily and then click on the background layer and we're going to add a new layer. So go down here and find this add layer, this icon on the bottom right corner of the screen. This icon. Click that one. There you go. Now this will serve as our gradient background. Now once it's selected, go to the toolbar and find the gradient tool. Well, it shows this icon. Click on that. For the options on top, I'm going to use the radial gradient. Okay, click this one. And then to edit the gradient color, click on this. Then I'm going to set the shadows to white. Then I will be also choosing this orange type of color, right, for our shadows. Then hit OK. Once you're good with it, hit OK. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Moving on to the next step, let's apply the gradient background. Okay, so with this gradient tool, I'm going to click and drag going up, something like that, to create this type of background. All right, so I'm going to increase this one, something like that. Then after that, we're going to add the type tool. Okay, so to do that, going on to the toolbar, let's go and find the type tool. It shows this T icon. All right, click on that. Then from the options panel on top, I'm going to make use of the font style Times New Roman. And then you can also use the color picker. All right, so I'm going to get a sample color from the gradient over here. Okay, something like that. There you go. Then I'm going to apply the text layer. So click somewhere and then I'm going to type down C as our letter. Okay, so click on the type tool, press Ctrl plus T. Then for us to be able to rescale the size of this letter. All right, so I'm going to increase the size to something like this. All right, now that's better for me. Then hit enter. Moving on to the next step, I'm going to bring back the subject layer from the top, make it visible. So I'm going to click on this, bring it back. Then click on that layer when it's active. Then press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command. Now I want to flip this image. So let's go to the contextual taskbar and click on this. Let's just flip this one to this. Now I'm going to position the subject to something like that. All right. Okay. So that's the letter C there. I already imagined that. Okay, something like this. Then hit enter. All right. All right. So I want to cover this right here. So again, press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command. Let me just cover this part to something like this. All right. Now hit enter once you're satisfied. Next step here is we're going to do the masking. So for the masking, I will remove this outer part from the of this subject. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to create a layer mask of this subject layer. Okay, once that layer selected, go down here and add a layer mask. Okay, click on this icon. There you go. Once it already have a layer mask on it, now we're going to create a selection around the text layer. Okay, so how to do that? Press Control and click on the layer mask thumbnail of the text layer. All right, there you go. Then we're going to invert this one. Now press Control plus Shift plus I to invert the selection. There you are. And then, just what I've said a while ago on the layers panel, from the subject layer, make sure that the layer mask is selected. Now we may be able to use the brush for the masking. Press B for the brush tool. You can just go to the toolbar and click on this icon. Then from the options on top, I'm going to set my brush into hard round brush. Okay, so make sure the hardness into 100%. Then for the opacity into 100%. Okay, so I may be able to start masking this one by removing this part or subject, something like that. Okay. All right. Now that's looking better, and that's how quite easy it is. Then after that, let's deselect. Press Ctrl plus D to deselect. Now we're going to add some effects on the type tool with the use of the blending options. Okay, so to do that, again, go to the layers panel, go to the type tool or the text tool, go to the text layer, okay, right click on that layer, then go to blending options. Once this window will appear, go to stroke. Okay, let's add some stroke first. Click on that. And if you want to do some adjustments to it, click on stroke for you to be able to adjust the setting. Okay, so from the size, I'm going to set that to 10 pixels. For the position, set it to outside. For the color, I'm going to set this one to black. Hit OK. Then for the opacity of 100%. Now, after that, we're going to apply another effect here, and that will be the inner shadow. So go down here under the stroke, click on this. All right, click on the inner shadow for us to be able to adjust the setting. Then for the opacity, I'm going to set the opacity to 70%. Then for the size, I'm going to increase this one to the amount that I want. Well, I'm satisfied with 65. By the way, for the color, I'm also going to set this one to black, creating a inner shadow like this. Let's go to another effect. This time we're going to apply the drop shadow. So go down here at the bottom, click on this, click on this drop shadow for this adjustment of setting. Then we're going to set the color, of course, to black. Hit OK. For the opacity, set it to 30%. All right, so for the distance, you can also play around with this. Okay, so I'm going to set the distance into amount of 30. All right, then you may be also to adjust the spread of the drop shadow. Okay, so I'll be setting it to 40. That's better. You can also adjust the size of it. Okay, so I'm going to set the size to 40. All right, now that looks better. And then once you're good with it, don't forget to hit OK. And there you have it. And that is how to create a letter portrait design in Photoshop.